Hello, everyone. The NFL scrimmages are coming up this week. We're very excited. This is Analytics are for the nerds. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Once again, gentlemen, I'm sorry about losing your boner. So sorry.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth. 100%. Guy loves feet, his white feet.
Big feet.
Lots of feet in
Little
the mouth,
feet.
I'm sure.
So many feet.
I gotta tell you, I am, you know this about me, I've been around for 20 years, you know I'm like 15 years late to a trend, but I'm also like 10 years before the next trend. I could rock out a visor, I think. I could rock it every day, and not for a long time, because eventually that trend will spill again, but I think tomorrow I can go out and people are like, he's rocking it. He's doing it right. He's doing it.
Hair and the double mustache and that is fucking gross. So, welcome.
I do want to be clear, though, that I have earned one, and Lou is depressed. There's a big difference. Lou is still trying to convince 16-year-olds he's cool, and they keep telling him they don't want weed from him. They can get it from anywhere.
That's the best. Louis, I forgot that you had a mustache for 9 months.
Man, I miss my mustache days. I really do. I do think the general consensus was that I wasn't cool enough to pull it off. But I just want to say I wasn't one of those votes. But I do think that the majority felt that way.
I miss it. Ryan, what are we gonna have to do for you to get a mustache or anything?
I've had one before. It's it's definitely happened, but it's been a while. So we would probably have to get a lot of paperwork drawn up for Chanel, because I don't think she'd be in for it.
We want her to stay with you, so I guess the beard stays. I think most women vote the beard, but very nice to see both my two bearded friends. It is, I believe it's National Duo Day, so I feel like the third wheel. But to my my little duo next to me, not little, my gentleman duo next to me. Happy friends. We've got football happening this week. This Buffalo Bills, I know, and other teams are doing their scrimmages. So I know the Bills are doing their blue and red game. And guys, we are so close to football.
First game tomorrow. Hall of Fame game, right? That's we are going to be watching real football. Well, Trey Lance is starting at quarterback, so I don't know if we'll be watching real football. But at the end of the day, we all say in April we would do anything to be watching anybody play. We'll be watching the third stringers tomorrow, but I'll be excited for it.
Yeah.
I mean, and we get to see the training camp highlights coming through, and everyone is getting hyped right now. As long as they're not getting injured, they're getting hyped. And every late round running back is going to replace every early round running back at this rate. So, get ready for this season to be wild and crazy.
Yeah. Stretch those ACLs, gentlemen. I love how it's almost like a Pro Bowl game sometimes, where you're like, why is that guy with a crop top jersey? Like, where do you even get that? Like, it's just so insane sometimes, but I'm just so pumped. Any predictions this season? Any team you're looking forward to finally seeing in action?
I know your answer, Ryan. No, I know your answer, Ryan. I mean, obviously, there's some fun stuff here locally with the Bills team, mostly on defense and stuff. That's kind of cool. And with the Hard Knocks connection, all that's going to be fun to watch. And, even guys that are, the fringe player to make the team normally that we would have never really heard about, we'll have a little bit of a rooting interest in something like that. And I don't have a good candidate off my top of my head who I think that might end up being, but that should be fun. As far as just like fantasy, yeah, I mean, there's a couple young running backs that I think are going to be what most of the fantasy world's eyes are on. And like Ryan said, the first time that they break a 7-yard run, it's going to be chaos on X. So looking forward to it.
Very exciting. So I guess I meant to not talk football so early on. Sorry, listeners. Is there? How was your week so far, everyone? Anything fun and exciting? Any hot goss? Any commercials starring Allie Brady and a local?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's. I would love to hear about that a little bit, because I was asking you before, and then you sounded like you were waiting for the podcast possibly to talk about it. So I am interested to hear you did a local commercial today for I don't know if we should say it, but like for a food you don't consume. How did it go? I know you were wondering, so we're the listeners want to know.
So the food group is Mexican food. I guess Mexican American. You can drink a hay burner with it. It's I did a commercial. I'll say that it's Mighty Taco, which is it's a Buffalo just staple and Western New York staple. And the people that don't know me that well, I don't eat meat and I don't eat carbs. So I don't eat anything. And so I'm like, tacos. I'm a great actor. But the other thing, so I'm on another show. It's called Offbeat Cinema, where we talk about old films, and my character wears a beret. And if you knew how much shit talking I did about Emily in Paris, that TV show, and I was like, no one wears berets, that's so dumb. And I'm now like in print wearing a beret, and I'm like, the karma is so real, everyone. You've heard it here first. Karma is so real, and I am just eating crow because this girl is wearing a beret and smiling every week. And so I guess long live the beret and karma. Okay.
When
anyway.
are we expecting to see on the small screen?
It's more of the antenna TV. You will see it within probably a month or so. So maybe end of August, early September.
All right, question. Did they let you shoot the sour cream gun?
I saw it in action. It is so cool. It is. It's like an AED machine. It's like so aggressive. It is so
No, the whole commercial was someone sprayed it at her.
Yeah, it's the one thing I will eat. So
they're really going for lust. They know how to sell.
I'm so good at small talk, everyone. So I was like, do you like smush out the beans? And then the woman's like, and I'm just like, it's like
you're trying to ask the 17-year-old kid that hates his life how he makes the tacos.
Yeah, I know. Like, do you want to hold my hand after I'm wearing this glove? And he's like, oh, like it was just poor people. But it was really fun anyway. So let's talk football. We're gonna do a very fun draft.
Yeah,
as usual, it's gonna be Ryan and Louie doing the hard lifting, and I will, or heavy lifting as some say, and I'm just going to be the rock, paper, scissors. And
you're gonna be the tiebreaker. We'll give everybody like a minute to jump on here. If you want to join us, anybody wants to join us, get on your app. We're gonna be about 1 minute. I'll click to go ahead here.
And audio listeners, we are doing Best Ball Mania 6. There are just over 672,000 participants. So I can't wait for my tie-breaking vote to really.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it, like you're in on this, especially, you're gonna break a big tie if we win big. You're gonna be one of the ones that probably helped, because you got to break every tiebreaker. And this year, I feel like Ryan and I are butting heads more than ever with our values. So you might be needed a lot.
Wait until I just choose my rabbit, which is Johnny Manziel. I'm just going to constantly.
I am going to enter now. So if you guys want to join us, go ahead and enter. Hopefully, a few of you get with us.
Ooh.
Oh no! Hold on. Back out. I don't,
because there's 672,000 participants.
I don't have a VPN. Oh, this dude just fixed my computer. Hold on. back out. Sorry, guys.
Aiming
Hold on.
cash and work.
I don't know how to do this. Oh man.
We can pivot though. Keep working while Louis
yeah,
does that.
yeah.
I'm
You
going
can
to
do a little bit of that.
yes. So there's some fun things going on in the world of non-sports. And if you're audio listeners, Louis is trying to get us into the best ball mania. But Ryan, you're my guy who knows more about pop culture than Louis. So much going on. Did you hear the new Sydney Sweeney issues? The new pop culture featuring Sydney Sweeney. Did you hear about her new American Eagle ad?
I did. Yes,
Okay.
I didn't just hear about the ad. I saw it with my own eyes.
Saw it. So can you, because you're going to be way probably a different take than I will on this. What do you know about the commercial as you saw it, and what do you know about the issues people have with it?
All right, so I know the commercial features her wearing American Eagle jeans, and it says Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. And I think it's a whole like faux controversy. Like, listen, she has good genes because she's attractive and she has certain features, right? So like, I don't know if everyone always just like needs to assume because she's white, it's like a white supremacy thing. It's not, I don't think I didn't take it as that, but like,
time out before to interject. She did say in the video, I have great genes. I have blonde hair and blue eyes, which like, yeah, you can also just dye your hair blonde and use a filter. Anyway.
I don't know. I mean, it is maybe I'm not the source to be, the one, refuting this, take it all with a grain of salt, but I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It's just a commercial. And honestly, like the conversation around it is probably good for the brand anyway. So they're probably sitting back and like letting it happen. So it's kind of I think it's a nothing burger to me, but
okay. I do love all these videos of comics and people making fun of the video, just like, I've got great genes, and it's just her like putting her butt in the air. It's very funny. I like it is great for American Eagle. They really did dress me for success in college, so thank you. Shout out to them. It's like it's very interesting because there's so much hate around Sydney Sweeney right now. There is she was at the Bezos wedding, and do you know the connection with them?
No.
Okay. If Chanel's listening, please help Ryan with his pop culture. So she went to the Bezos wedding, which a lot of people know. There's a lot of issues with that. And people are wondering, why is Sydney Sweeney at Jeff Bezos' wedding? Turns out that Bezos has invested $1 billion in a lingerie company for her. So, yeah, I can't imagine how much money she's going to make, but the fact that a startup costs $1 billion, I don't know how that works. So anyway.
Well, I think if somebody gave me $1 billion, I would probably go to their wedding too. So.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, it's Italy seems beautiful, so that's something fun. While Louis is just dealing with the Hollywood squares.
I literally switched computers mid show. One of the most impressive magic trips.
All right, stop showing off here, Mister. I have reliable computers, multiple, and internet.
yeah. We can't even get Ryan to get one. I switched to a whole nother one. Although it's running really slow, but I do think I will be up and running here in just a second.
Ryan wears his hat frontward usually, but it's better Wi-Fi with it backwards. It's very
good. It's very impressive. And inside out too.
Because we suck as humans. We keep making surveys. There was a new survey as people's favorite dinosaur, because we've all been there to see them. Anyone want to guess what America's favorite dinosaur was?
The T-Rex.
Duh, right? With 72% of the vote, the T-Rex took it, and kind of crazy because the T-Rex notoriously even though we haven't seen it for millions of years besides in Jurassic Park, notoriously an asshole. Not nice. Seems like it's the most dangerous. It seems like it gives the most nightmares to kids. The fact that even a little baby goes rawr, which is supposed to be scary when describing a T-Rex, not good. But that's everyone's favorite. Any reason besides it being probably really cool? Why do you think that beat the Brontosaurus? By the way, Brontosaurus was like 20% of the vote. T-Rex.
I mean, it's because of recall. People aren't going to like recall Brontosaurus. Like your first, I don't know. I mean, the first one is going to be T-Rex. Now, I'm also going to say, I think the T-Rex might be slightly overrated, right? He's got short arms. I don't know what you're doing with those. And I mean, I get it. You have this big head and stuff, but I don't know. I guess I don't really know much about dinosaurs, but Louis?
I think personally, and we're going to try this again here, but I do have an opinion. Let me, we're going to go ahead and hit enter here and pray for the best on this one.
I know what he's not doing, those little arms.
What the hell is going on? There's no way this is like on both of my things.
Do you want to try on your cell phone and then you can just describe what's going on? It is an audio podcast.
I don't think I will be able to because me and Ryan are going to need to be able to see it together.
All right. So do we want to do are we doing NFC? You want to do
NFC West? We can let's run through that real quick while we try to keep on working on this here. Let's do run by. I know we've been going through the divisions, and we were going to skip it this week, but we can do a little NFC West. We'll just go like team by team instead of doing all the questions. We'll do that.
So let's do this. We're doing NFC West, which obviously we all know: Arizona Cardinals, LA Rams, San Francisco 49ers, and Seattle Seahawks. So we're going to go through. We're going to do what? We're going to do your quarterback, running back, wide receiver.
Why don't we just run through each team and we could just do takes on Rye. We could just do our like sleepers and just run through kind of the fantasy outlook on each team. So
this is what we're going to do. We're going to do division redraft sleeper, division redraft bust, division dynasty sleeper, dynasty bust. Does that work for everyone?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to start with, we want to do one team at a time?
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you need a second to get your thoughts together, Ryan, or Lou? Do you want to just go first? Because we can start with.
What team are we going to start with?
I would love to start with. Let's start with the Cardinals.
All right. I do think. So for Dynasty Sleeper, I'll start there. MC West. Oh, Troy Horton from Seattle. I think he's going to have all the opportunity. The guys that have been following him.
Wait a second. I thought we were starting with Cardinals.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And I also I was like, Louis never listens to me, so I was like, we're going to start with division redraft sleeper, and he's like, okay, dynasty bust.
No, but also no, not just that, but we were doing the whole division, and we didn't need to start with a team. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't need to start with a team. So we were going the whole division. So I will start with the dynasty sleeper just so I can finish that point, and then Ryan, you do your division dynasty sleeper. But yeah, I like Horton a lot. I just think he's going to have opportunity, right? I don't know if Cooper Kupp will stay healthy. With a transition in quarterback, sometimes when you're going to probably go to Darnold and Milroe, they find their own little connections with guys that weren't, being connected with. We're two rookies coming in together. I just think he's free. He was a 4th round pick all year. You're not going to really go acquire him right now, but I do think he's got a really good run in him.
My dynasty sleeper is Jarquez Hunter. I think he just today I heard was getting some reps with the ones, which I know, take that with a grain of salt. It's training camp season, so to speak. But I think it means something that in the past, Sean McVay has basically had a shelf life for all of his running backs, and Kyren Williams is basically at the end of that shelf life. Sean McVay pumps out these running backs for like 2 years, and then they're almost never heard from again. I mean, Gurley disappeared off the face of the earth. Malcolm Brown had a little bit of time. Who was after Gurley and before Kyron? I'm missing somebody in there.
Who was that? Not Cadillac. Jesus. Old defenseman. Old running back too. Sorry, I'm on the wrong
Williams.
podcast.
Cam Akers.
Oh, Akers. Yeah, Akers had a minute there, but again, thanks, Allie. So there's just I'm pretty sure Kyron's at the end of it, which is why I've not been drafting much of him this year. So if that's true, then it's down to Jarquez Hunter or Blake Corum, and I'll take mystery box 100 times out of 100 there, because Corum did not look good last year, and I think they wanted him to look good. And because he didn't look good, they went and drafted Hunter. So, yeah, I think he's a good bet for some touches this year, and could be, if he actually shows well, he'll be their RB1 as soon as next year.
All right. Can we do the division redraft sleeper?
Yeah, start with Ryan on this one.
Yeah, Ryan, go ahead.
All right, so this is NFC West. So we're talking Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, and who am I forgetting?
Cardinals.
Oh yeah, Cardinals. Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals. I'm going to go with Isaac Guerrero here, and I'm not as crazy about him in Dynasty. And again, this is that one injury away running back. I think he looked pretty good in limited action last year. In Kyle Shanahan's offense, I feel like if you have just like a lot of speed in his like outside zone run, I think that's what he runs, outside zone. They get up the speed, they get up the field in a hurry. So he's super fast, and if McCaffrey isn't fully healthy, I mean, Guerrero is going in like to pick like 140, 150 ish right now. And I mean, that's easily a smash for me.
You know what? I like that pick, and I picked them a lot. You know what I saw today is that they brought in a couple running backs to work out. I don't know. I did see that Jordan James got banged up a little bit the other day, but that just scared me a little bit. Maybe I'm 100% wrong to think that, but it just scared me enough to maybe get off of that for a couple days, Guerrero, until I get more clarity on the situation. For my redraft sleeper, I do. Sorry. This is going to be a cop out, but I think the third wide receiver, whoever you want to say your third wide receiver is in San Fran, is going like, I think that's technically Ayuk because he's getting drafted third, let's just say in best ball. But I think two of those guys are going to smash. And I don't know, they all, the Jennings now has an injury issue. Ayuk is not going to be in for like 6 or 7 weeks, but I think like I could be like a league winner when he does come back. If you could draft him in a spot where you kind of can draft him right now, as your fifth wide receiver or so on a team. Like, I think he's a decent enough stash. In like lineup leagues, it's going to be hard because you're probably sitting there holding on to him until week 7, week 8. Like, you're probably going to be tempted to drop him at some point, but I don't know. I like Ayuk in best ball as a possible tournament breaker at the end.
Excellent. Now let's move on to division redraft bust. Again, if you're just joining us, we are doing the NFC West preview. We are going through every division every week. This week is NFC West. Division redraft bust. Ryan?
My redraft bust is going to be Sam Darnold. Now, I know he's really cheap, so it's hard to call somebody a bust who's like going as the quarterback 26 in drafts right now, but I don't expect him to start more than, let's say, 8 games. I expect Milroe to get in there. I mean, there's already the camp buzz about how he's looking, and The leash is going to be short, right? I mean, Darnold really collapsed towards the end of last year, so much so that Kevin O'Connell looked at the situation, was like, I can't win with this guy. You know, we've reached as far as we can go with him. And if you've reached that rope, the end of the rope with Kevin O'Connell, what makes you think you're going to go in with a new coach and a worse, I think, system in Seattle, and you're going to do better than that? You know, I'm out on Darnold this year pretty much at any price, you know, unless I really need a QB2 on a team that I neglected the position earlier.
So Ryan, follow up to that. If you are coaching, are you hiding? I'm just trying to get, like, if you have a quarterback that you are a little hesitant to, that is not necessarily going to start, are you putting that guy in the field? Are you holding him back? Like, what are you doing as if you're the other?
Yeah, I think the Vikings were showing what you could do with Darnold last year. They did exactly that, is basically what I'm saying. And towards the end of the year, Darnold started to get figured out. You know, teams, they're trying to play a very safe game. I do think that Seattle is going to rely on the run game, which is a tip off actually to my next my dynasty bust. But I'll kick it over to Louis first on a redraft bust.
Redraft bust. Did you? And I'm sorry because I was still working on this and it doesn't look like it's going to happen today. But I missed your pick. But I feel like the obvious one, and one that you might say, is Kyren Williams. So
no, but I didn't. Okay, that's a good one. No, go ahead.
And that's, again, I feel like that's kind of the obvious one here, and the one that jump out. So I don't think I am. I don't think I am really making any waves with that take, but I also, like, I'm not even sprinkling in him. Like, I am at almost 0% if I have any, it's a share or two. I love Hunter, the player. I think we talked about this early on the podcast after the draft, of like how McVay just gushed over him when they drafted him, and you know, he's already mixing in with the ones today a little bit. Again, let's not the preseason pledge. Let's not get too crazy, but yeah, I can't see Kyren Williams. He's never been good. He just has he gets the volume, and man, if McVay ends up with a really good running back, which I think Hunter has the opportunity to be. I think they're really you're gonna see what that running back can do for you for fantasy.
And Ryan, just for our any listeners who missed it, but mostly for Louis, who did you pick?
I picked Sam Darnold.
That's good. I do like that. No, I'm sorry. Like I don't need to hear your reasoning. I already know what it is, and I trust it. But yeah,
he knows what it is because he was listening just 3 minutes ago.
Well, it also plays to my Horton point, to where I kind of agree with you. I think Milroe is going to be in there. I drafted an eliminator team today with two quarterbacks. I had Bryce Young and another week 14 quarterback. I can't remember who, but they were my two quarterbacks. So I needed to draft another quarterback. You know, it wasn't like I could take that 0 in the eliminator, even in, you know, how horrible would it be? You get to week 14 and you don't have a quarterback. And it was at the end, and I had to kind of just choose, like, who's the most likely out of these guys to be starting week 14. I would have taken Dart, but he also has a week 14 bye. So I took Milroe, and I can't imagine that there's too many eliminator teams with Jaden Milroe on them.
So two things off of that. When you said Horton, you meant the Dr. Seuss Horton Hears a Who.
That's it.
Follow up. In a fun thing, just so I can destroy people at work, I was asked, because I'm the cool person in HR, if I wanted to join an eliminator group, so we could draft that. I'm sure it's not as complicated as your
like a survivor
pool. Yeah. So we can do that and just destroy if you want.
Yes, we will. I mean, I will tell you this. I have
$7,000 on the line.
I have. We could definitely talk it out, and ultimately, I hope you go with your gut, because I have had a lot of success in survivor pools, but it is a tough go at it in the NFL with weekly shockers every week.
Yes, and I will say this all the time. I know this is not good because I'm on a fantasy football podcast where we constantly put money into things. I don't even like paying for someone's meal at a restaurant who I don't like. So I don't know how I feel about losing money. So just so you know, I'm the worst person to ask to give money to. Louis, you're going to say something. Do you want to Dynasty Sleeper next, or where
we had Dynasty Sleeper? I think we just have Dynasty Bust, right?
Dynasty Bust. Ryan, do you want to take that?
Yeah. So, after just having said that, I do think Seattle's going to run the ball more. I'm not convinced that that's a great environment around it. And it brings me to Kenneth Walker, and he's going right now as the running back 16. Louis, what do you think his best finish is? Kenneth Walker going back to 2022 when he was drafted in half PPR scoring.
Come on, he's been in the
three
league
seasons.
3 seasons. He's gotten hurt one. He was a backup for one. I don't know. You're being unfair, but go ahead. Tell me what it is.
His best season was his rookie year when he had 202 points, which was 16th in half PPR scoring for that season. And so he's being drafted at the height, in my opinion, so his best season was RB16. He's now going to have a better season than that with a worse quarterback and a definite timeshare because Charbonnet is good and he showed a lot last year. So I understand the desire to take Walker because he is like that explosive play guy. So in best ball, it could make sense because you want spike weeks. I just think I just like Charbonnet a lot more than the average person, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is not like a 60-40 thing and actually in Sharp's favor. This coaching staff owes nothing, did not, draft Walker. It's a new staff. I just think you could see Sharps taking a big share. He showed a lot last year, and I'm kind of down on Walker. So for Dynasty, if I can still sell Walker for, the guys going after him right now in redraft best ball, Travion Henderson, RJ Harvey. Can you get either of those guys for him? Potentially. People like Kenneth Walker. So I do that right now straight up in heartbeat. So
I don't think you could get those guys for him in Dynasty anywhere close to it because I'm a Walker, enthusiast, but you're probably getting a late first rounder for him at 26.
Which is where RJ Harvey was going.
Yeah, I think it's always like a year out. So I would value Walker as like a late 26 for somewhere to buy. If you're on a winning team, you sell your 26 first for him now. I love him this year. And so I can't disagree with you more as far as like what I think his year looks like. I think he's in for a huge year in this offense. I'm not as high on Charbonnet as you are. I think they both will have a role, but I think Walker could be a top 10 back for sure this year. So I'm probably buying more than selling, but you are right that like a little people are hot, but I'd probably let him cook this year because I believe that he is. I believe he'll have a good year, and then I'd probably be looking to sell him at the end of the year or off of a good team during the year. My sell, honestly, it's not a great sell division. There's some really there's either really obvious answers or like not anything I don't think too shocking if we could say, but I will say that I'm pretty confident that this might be the highest that Marvin Harrison Jr. will ever be. And I just not certain that he's good. And I think there's a little bit of that, don't wait until Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts. And I'm not trying to, compare the two too much here, but there is that hype, and he had a disappointing year. I'm confident that he has a bounce back year, and he gets he probably gets better. I don't know if he's ever going to get to that like top realm where a lot of people think he could, and I wonder if you can't really turn him into a pretty big, sizable piece on a team. And even if it really doesn't matter what your build is, because if you're trying to win now, of course, you're going to get a good player. Selling him would be more about getting max value for a player that I think might be at his highest.
Making note to self, offer Kenneth Walker for Marvin Harrison Jr.
Absolutely.
Okay, got it.
That's good.
Clip it. All right. I have a fun little game we can do if we want to go my route.
Oh, sure.
We have okay, so I'm going to throw it to you guys to explain why we're going to do this game, but we were going to do a game about net worths, and I know Ryan and Louie were out. It was like 2 weeks ago, and please explain why this is so funny.
I don't even remember who it was. I want to say it was not football related, that we were just like, what do you think their net worth? You said something like, what do you think this person's net worth was? And I like looked it up, and I was really close. And I was drunk enough to be like, we should do this on the podcast, and it will crush. What's that?
It was such a bad setup. I was like, this is a very funny story. Louis, tell it. And you're like, I was drunk and I was good at guessing a number.
Yeah, so. That's all it was. I just I got close to it. That was it, and that was the whole story behind it. I think we made it a little mini game, and then we were like, oh, we should just have Allie do this and see if we can't. It's a fun game.
So what? So I picked several players and famous people because that's the stuff I think is interesting. I have a net worth, and I'm going to ask you the person. You're going to give me your guess. Okay. I feel like
are we playing price? Are we playing Prices Right or Closest To?
Closest To. I don't care about over or under because
right.
Those people are such dorks. Like, oh, you would like no.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. Thank you. Soul sister. Okay. So let's start with CJ Stroud. What do you think his net worth is? Ryan, you're my number one today. Let's go number one. Ryan.
Okay. I'm going to say his net worth is 110 million. That was too much.
That is so off that I'm going to re-Google what it is.
I think he's way off. I think he's even is he too old to have gotten any college money? He probably got a little college money. I'm going to go way lower. I'm going to say like 18 million.
As of July 30th, CJ Stroud's estimated net worth is around $12 million. This is comes from his contract. He has a 4-year, $36 million rookie year with the Texans. So yearly, it's whatever. So
that doesn't like factor in like future earnings and stuff like that.
I don't think so. No, it's what
I believe Louis
so far.
So
I mean, that's it. It's just like just right now. How much he's that's it.
Right. I feel like this is. I'm not going to win with you, so I'm going to try to win you over. Kevin James's net worth. Ryan, what do you think your boyfriend? What's his name?
Wow. Kevin James is probably worth. I'm gonna say I'm so shell shocked after my first guess that I'm like I don't want to blow this, but I'm gonna say. He's done so many movies. I'm going to say like 600 mil.
Dude, what?
Am I bad at
what
this?
Kind of money are you? What world are you living in?
You are so in love with him. Bless your heart.
I'm going to go Kevin James. His net worth is about 27 million.
Technically, Louis wins because Kevin James 100. Good for him. Also, these are, I will just remind everyone, these are Google, which is so messed up. But 600 million. Ryan doesn't have like rose glasses. He's like, Kevin James is half a billionaire.
He's got a lot of offshore accounts. I mean, he doesn't tell everybody about those. So
in 2025, what is former NFL player and now announcer Michael Strahan, what is his 2025 earnings?
Okay, I'm not guessing first this time. Go on.
Okay, yeah, don't. But I do think that
Net worth in 2025.
I do think this one might be the highest, and more so what he's done since. I'm gonna say
net worth estimated in 2025.
Yeah, I'm gonna say $112 million.
I'm gonna say 155.
$1. It is 65 million.
Close again, dude. I'm smoking.
So much money, though, everyone.
You still close again. You doubled it.
Whatever. I still smoking you. Go ahead.
I just want to say,
board.
I just want to say, you guys are so bad at this game. How drunk were you that you're like, this is such a good idea?
Listen, I didn't say I was good at this game.
Because the first thing we looked off, I was off 1 million, and I was like, I'm awesome at this. I mean, I am 3-0, but go ahead.
Okay, let's go with this. I'm gonna throw this one. Michael Jackson. What's his
man,
estate?
I want Ryan to go first so bad.
No.
Can we make Ryan go first?
Yes, Ryan. His estate.
I'm not going first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
How many Michael
657 million.
Thriller is a great album. So
I'm gonna go 657 million.
His estate.
Oh, I feel like
yeah.
way
All right,
off.
so it's low.
She just gave you
low.
a hint.
It's low. All right, I'm gonna say 1.3 billion.
Woo! Ryan wins. It's $2 billion.
Let's go.
All right.
And you're still 700. You are still a full under.
Listen, it's I'm only 0.7 off. That's so close.
Do you have another one so he could try to complete the comeback?
Yes. Okay. So Jeremy Jacobs, who does own the Boston Bruins and Delaware North, which is in all of the stadiums, basically started in baseball and then is in the 1920s. What is Jeremy Jacobs' estimated net worth?
I think I got a good one, but Brian's got to go first.
Go on, Lou. Go
no,
on.
You got to go first this time.
Why do I have to go first?
No clue.
Because I went first the last twice.
I'm terrible at this game.
Clue
no
or
clue. No clue. No clue.
Okay.
No clue.
Ryan, you will be able to ask a clue since Louis doesn't want one. Louis, what do you think it is?
All right, I want a clue.
Okay, so Louis, what do you think it is?
I'm gonna go. He's like one of the richest people in the world. I'm gonna go 10.5 billion.
10.5 billion.
Yeah.
$10.5 billion. Louis is so fun at a bar because this is the kind of how off he is. That he was like $10.5 billion.
You're giving him hints.
The hint is more Michael Jackson number, but Louis said $10.5 billion. Ryan, what do you think?
$3.2 billion.
All right.
Wow.
Which congratulations to Ryan and Jeremy Jacobs. $5.4 billion. And also
I wasn't way off.
Boston Brewers. You're way off. Okay. So what do you think Zach Wilson's net worth is?
Ooh.
Ryan
has to go first for this.
Yeah, Ryan.
All right. So he was early first pick, like second. Yeah, second overall.
It's so bad.
If Stroud, he's there. He made his contract, didn't make it all, but he's probably in like the 20s. So I'm going to say 21 million.
And I'm going to say that he got it all, and that would be around 36. So I'm going to say $36 million.
His 2025, his net worth, 10 million.
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
I came back and won this. Let's go.
No, it's 3-3, and she doesn't have a
4-3.
Now,
what was it? It was 3-3. I started off 3-0, and then you won the last 3. Stop trying to cheat, dude.
I just love the confidence, and I can't say if our female listeners out there, I can only if I was going to do an Irish blessing on you, I hope you have the confidence of these two guys at a bar drinking, because man, they're so bad.
It's so bad. Wait,
Listen,
I don't
wait,
want to
the
die, but you
confidence.
don't have another one. Can you just come up with
I've got-
one and Google it?
I've got one. So speaking of Zach Wilson,
Okay.
I Googled Zach Wilson. And there's 3 random things that come up on Zach Wilson. What should I just have you guess? What do you think is something that Google came up with Zach Wilson, or do you want me to give you a multiple choice?
Did you start with Zach Wilson, like Zach Wilson, and then
I said, does Zach Wilson, and then it popped up. So do you want me to give you 3 multiple choice questions, and then you have to choose, or this or that? I can say this or that, so then it's easier.
No, that's all right. Give us. Oh yeah, because do this or that because then you.
Does Zach Wilson still play in the NFL, or does Zach Wilson still live at home? This or that.
I'm gonna say that's funny. I'm gonna say it's the first one. I'm gonna say does he still play in the NFL? I feel like a lot of people are Googling that.
Okay, Ryan.
I'm answering the same one or a different one?
Oh yeah, I guess we can do different. Yeah. So actually, Louis, you were right. The answer is, does Zach Wilson still play in the NFL? That is what people Google. You mean monsters. It's so mean. You're so mean. All right. Next question is let's see, like, do I want to do this one or this? So, this one is so mean. Do I do mean or do I do nice? Okay. Does Zach Wilson own his home, or is Zach Wilson's dad Hawaiian? Ryan.
Well, I'm gonna go game theory here and think that it's got to be the Hawaiian one. I mean, that's so bizarre and out there. So yeah, I'm gonna say the dad Hawaiian question.
You guys are tied up. Yes, that is a very highly ranked Googled question. Is Zach Wilson's dad Hawaiian? What is wrong with you people?
I want to know why though. Like, what is it about? Somebody like he has to look it or something that just doesn't show up in the somebody's. I have no idea what he looks like.
Oh, actually, I know why. What if it is confusion because now he's on the Dolphins and Tua is
his daddy?
I was not going to say his daddy, but
flip it.
There's a legit article that comes out.
Samoan, isn't he?
Zach Wilson's parents, all about his dad and controversial mom. So there is some stuff. Oh, he looks Hawaiian. That's why I think people are like, dude, he legit looks like Maui. Hold on. Hold on. This dude looks like Maui. I've never Googled it.
Everyone, Louis is the problem. Louis is the one Googling all these insane things.
Well, I never looked at it until you brought it up, but now look at this dude. This is him right here. That's the chief right there. That dude is Hawaiian. Wow, that's crazy. Also, his mom smoked.
She's very. A lot of people love Zach Wilson's mom. Is that something that we, as you get older, is it more embarrassing, or are you like, yeah, my mom's hot?
I will say this. I brag about. I think when you were a kid, yeah, it would be really embarrassing. I look back at my mom's pictures and I was like, man, my mom was a smoke show, and I'll tell everybody. So I think it's more of like a, paying your flowers too. But yeah, I don't think when you're a kid, it's very. I'll tell you what, it couldn't have been great to be a high school football player, having your friends come over with that thing around.
I think the key is not having an actively hot mom. You can have a hot mom in the past, and you can reminisce about that, but it can't be currently. That's the problem.
And
no, I had a friend when we were kids, and legit, like, all right, I understand that this is weird. Don't ask follow-up questions. We're not gonna, but she would, and I think a lot of things were not weird back, but she would give us back massages once in a while. She was like a professional massage, but we would just all like, we would get there and we'd be like, can you give me one of those back massages maybe tonight at like 2:00 in the morning? Yeah, it was really we had a friend, and we all, and every one of us talked about it, and he had to hate it.
Is this the story that you told about when you were like 16 or 17? And there's another. Just wink if this is the thing I'm thinking of.
I don't even know what you're thinking of, but no, it's not that.
Okay, after the pod, say
Yeah, you can have follow
Patreon. I have a.
yeah, we'll do a Patreon.
I think I know what it. Okay, I think okay. Remind me because it's
All right,
okay.
we got to get into our draft.
We gotta stop talking about Zach Wilson's mom. Sorry, listeners. Listeners, it's increased by 300%. All right, so it is. Louis, do you want to talk about why we're choosing this current draft that we're going to do?
Well, again, inspired by you because you're like, it's Friendship Day. And I was, and you were like, maybe we could do like a best friends or like a duos thing. And I was like, oh, duos thing rocks. That's cool. My first idea, we were like, you were like, oh, we've done it before. And I was like, no, have we? And then I looked back and then we did it. Then when I was doing research for this, and I didn't even want to ask you guys because I don't want to switch again, but I feel like we may have done this before. If we know, anybody have a recollection?
Nope.
I feel like some names on this list. Now, listen, but doing my research for this, I am ready to kick. I'm ready to fight so hard if you guys use some of these names that are on all these lists, because I just don't think that they should be on this. Like, we're thinking like non-romantic duos. I'm ready to fight for my beliefs, but here we go. I will do the order. Allie, you are 1. I am 2, and Ryan 3 with the spin around. So Allie, go ahead.
All right. I hope no one thinks this is like controversial, but my number 1 is Lennon and McCartney. I know there's 2 other people, Ringo and George.
Yeah.
Lennon and McCartney are, I think, the number 1 duo ever, to the greatest musicians. I'm seeing McCartney later this year in November. I saw Ringo this year, massive Beatles fan. Lennon and McCartney, let's go.
I thought for a hot second you were going to say, I hope nobody finds this controversial. You were going to do a callback. I'm going to take Sydney Sweeney's Knockers.
We said not sexual.
Well, yeah, I know. Way to take my first pick. Really funny, 1. 2, that was legitimately one that I said I would want to fight back on a little bit, but I'm not going to fight as hard on them because I do think that but that is kind of my thinking. There were a few names that would have been on my list, but I'm like, oh, they were part of a group. And like, I'll tell you one, Joey and Chandler were like, on a lot of these lists. And I was like, well, they're in a group though. And were they a real duo? Were they ionic duo?
Well,
I'll
Ross
give you that. I know you love music. I know you love them. And for that specific example, I think those are the 2 guys that you think of too. So like, sure. Okay, I'm with it.
Ryan will still win.
Yeah.
With 0 selections, Ryan still wins.
I'm going, there's so many good ones here, and I hope we could go 6. But Lloyd and Harry is my first pick. Oh, nice. I think that is exactly what I thought about when you said duos. I was like, boom, like right there. That is a great duo, Lloyd and Harry from Dumb and Dumber. Ryan for 2.
I'm gonna go Chips and Dip.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
A little off the board, but I mean that's my number 1. Now, next one, I think I can. No, I'm gonna go Calvin and Hobbes. So I was a big Calvin and Hobbes fan as a kid, and I can't wait for my girls to like get into that someday. Like, it's probably pretty soon. I mean, they're turning 4, so. But it's such a great comic if you've never read it. Funny and just brilliant, well written. So that's a personal pick. So I'm not going for votes. I'm just gonna give you the classic here.
I think that would be on a lot. I've never watched. I was never into it. I know exactly who they are, what they look like, but I had never read or.
And really quick, Louis, can you draw us Calvin and Hobbes real quick?
I'm going to kind of stick with I kind of have a theme here, and I think I'm going to win by doing this. I'm going to go Wayne and Garth here. Another great movie duo. Easy to think of them as a duo. Hilarious movie, pop culture famous. I'm with them. Also, one of your Halloween costumes at one point,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Me too. I
You
was,
too. Well,
yep.
both of you.
Oh yeah.
We were both Wayne, I'm assuming.
Was that during our friendship? That is that weird? That I was like in one time when you were 7. You were like, I was like,
that was past year. And the year before that, I was I love Halloween, man. Okay. I was a real estate agent where I just crossed my arms wearing a blazer. That was all I did. Okay, so it's I get 2.
Yep.
My number 2 pick is Steve Martin and Martin Shorts. The Martins, love them.
That's great.
My number 3 pick is something that I eat almost every day. I think it's top notch, and it's peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
That was high up my list. I think it's there. I have like a running joke whenever I have like a bad week financially with work or this or that. Like it's always, my dad used to always say like, oh, I guess I'm eating peanut butter and jellies tonight. And I do it all the time. But I said it today. I was trying, and I came home and I was like, you know what? I kind of want peanut butter and jelly, and I have one. So perfect for that. I'm going to keep going.
Yep.
With my fictional pairs here. And I'm going to go Beavis and Butthead. Yep. Again, iconic duo. Everybody knows who they are. Quote them still. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead.
That's great. Louis has taken all of these television and movie duos, and yet has left me the 2 greatest duos still are on the board. So with my second to last pick, I'm going to go with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in the Rush Hour movies.
Good.
What? That doesn't what? That's not good enough. What is that? What's
6? I can do 6. I can do 6.
I cannot
go
do
6.
6. I have 4. 6. I have 4 names. I got 4 things on the list. I got all
Ryan's
4
like, I can't go.
Right. Let's go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I could think of 2 off the top of my head, but
we can run through our
yeah, for sure. And this one, I cannot believe it has not yet been drafted, but it's got to be Adam Sandler and Kevin James, and I got Chuck and Larry. So just a classic duo. I mean, when you think of the all-time great duos, I also just a shout out to Adam Sandler, always like, hooking up his friends with movies and doing stuff like that. I mean, Kevin James is a star. I thought he was worth 600 mil, but
One day when I have a lot of time, I am going to cut all of your Kevin James clips in one clip, and it's going to be.
It would be like a 2-hour show.
It will 100%. Are we going to go 6? Can you pull 2 out of your ass, or should we just do what? No. No. Okay, no. Sure. We'll run through our list after we do it, because I want to know. Officially, I want to know. I want to have a good banger here. I'm gonna go. You guys can vote on whether or not I have to pick one or I get both. But I think if I go Salt and Pepper, I both get the R&B group and the condiment. And
is it Peppa or because it's Salt and Peppa?
I know, right? I knew you were going to be a little bit.
No, but I'll give you both. I'll give you both.
I was going to play the pun and try to get both. But how about I just put Salt and Pepper in the voting, and then people could interpret it.
Kind of like the Dora the Explorer thing. They just kind of fudge the ending, just don't worry about it. It still rhymes.
I get it. I love it. That's a great pick. I can go like 4 more on this, but I'm going to go one of my other favorite musicians of all time besides the Beatles or Paul McCartney is Paul Simon. So I'm going to say Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really good. Simon Garfunkel's great. Should have been on somebody's list. Glad they got on yours. I'll run through some of mine. You could go through yours. Batman and Robin, Will and Grace, Tom and Jerry, Lilo and Stitch, Abbott and Costello as comedians. I feel like one of us should have probably said that. Mario and Luigi, Statler and Waldorf would have been good. Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, Fred and Barney, Vodka and Soda. All things that made my list, but didn't get drafted.
Louis and I could have really went back to back on this. Homer and Marge, because they definitely were not sexual. Mr. Rogers.
That's good. That's
Mr.
good.
Rogers.
That's the opposite reason why I didn't put Bert and Ernie on my. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
I said Mr. Rogers and his sweaters, Elmo and Tickles, mac and cheese. I was going to say Churchill and FDR, but I didn't want everyone to leave the podcast. Ren and Stimpy, and my greatest loves in my life, my dogs Hobo and Hattrick. So I love it.
Ren and Stimpy's a good pull. You know who I left off my list completely?
Doug and Skeeter.
The twins from Rugrats. I thought you might.
Phil and Lil.
Yeah, I thought you might have came up with, because you've referenced Rugrats as much as Ryan's referenced Kevin James.
New listeners, I was going to be named Angelica, but not from Rugrats, from Mother Angelica, the EWTN superstar who was just said the rosary over and over again. I will just always say that. It's awful. But long live the Rugrats. That was so fun. I mean, Louis, so next time we're at a bar, let's do our favorite duos. And then we should do this again. And then Ryan will be like, this isn't funny. We did this 3 weeks ago. So fun though. I think we really, just so you know, new listeners, we were going to draft a boring draft, and we decided, let's talk about dinosaurs and duos. And like, what a great fun podcast. Thank you everyone for listening to Analytics Are for the Nerds. We are in scrimmage for the NFL, so we are getting so close to the NFL start. So thank you so much for listening. We will see you soon. And this is Analytics Are for the Nerds. Thanks.